Herbs. That's what this is all about, herbs. What herbs do you like? Do you know your herbs? And the using of fresh herbs in all your food will just elevate it to a completely different level.
It really will. And one thing that John always says, and I think it's the best tip you'll ever get, is when a recipe says a tablespoon of herbs, double it at least. Whatever it says, double it. Those herbs, they can be in a dish, and the more you have, the more packed with flavour it is. And we're going to start with my favourite in the whole land, coriander. So coriander looks very similar to parsley and people get confused, but it is actually a very different leaf. And you can see they're almost more feathery, the leaves of the coriander.
Good word, feathery is a great word, but it's very rich, it's very, very strong, the leaves are great, and using the stalks is amazing, and even the Thais use the roots to make Thai paste from.
And the great thing about coriander is it's quite a sturdy herb, so you can really chop it. You can chop it finely,
yes.
You can tear it,
yes.
It won't bruise. It's a great fresh herb, so really good in fresh sauces and fresh salads, I think, as well as what you say, those lovely curries, those sort of Asian curries.
And if you use the stalks, cook the stalks, add the leaves, it lasts a minute and the leaves will stay nice and vibrant. Coriander. So you're going for your favourite, I'm going to go for one of my favourites, and it's a hard herb, and we've got a selection here of hard and soft herbs, and to make it easier, a hard herb you cook with, and then a soft herb you add at the last minute. So a hard herb, for instance, and this is one of my favourites, is rosemary. And this comes from our garden. Rosemary, that's a wonderful pairing to roast lamb.
Oh my gosh, roast lamb and rosemary are a marriage made in heaven.
But also I think with things like pumpkin and squashes, it works beautifully well.
And cheese, like a gooey cheese, a camembert, because it gives it a sort of, there is a, as you say, it's almost like a eucalyptusy flavour. And it can be really, really strong, but roasted, it sort of softens that smell and that taste, doesn't it?
The Italians love rosemary. I love rosemary, really versatile, and one of the most underrated herbs in the world, I think, and some people think it's common, is parsley.
Yeah.
And parsley is, for me, the sort of green grass and freshness of many dishes. Garlic and parsley together, because apparently the parsley takes away the smell of garlic from your breath.
At different times in my life, I've liked different herbs.
Okay.
And for a long time when I was growing up, I hated parsley. So apparently there's a sort of 7-year cycle of your taste in your body.
Wow.
So if you've tried it and then it's been years since you haven't tried, since you've tasted it again, try it, because your taste buds change and there are certain herbs that you didn't like that suddenly you love.
Amazing. And talking about a very versatile herb that many people love, and it's mint. Sweet and savoury, one of those herbs that really does go across sweet and savoury, whether that be mint and chocolate chip ice cream or whether that be mint in the sauce to go on top of lamb.
Pineapple or something like that as well. Pineapple and mint are a great thing. But you use them fish sauce,
yes,
with mint, coriander and Thai basil.
Awesome.
It's one of your favourite
mixtures and flavours. It is, great with lots of Thai salads, mint in there. There's that lovely freshness. And mint, we all know from that flavour when you brush your teeth. If you want to dry it, you can dry it. And actually just fresh mint like this in a mortar and pestle with some sugar, ground together, sprinkled over fresh pineapple is one of the most delicious things in the world, as is a mojito.
Yeah, goes brilliantly with cucumber as well. Mint and cucumber are another marriage made in heaven.
Where are you going to now?
I'm going to go to dill. Because dill is one of those divisive herbs, I think. Lots of people don't like it.
Interesting.
They find it very, very strong. It's one of those things that for years I didn't like, now I love it. It's great with fish. Dill and like a light fish, a place fillet, a sole fillet, and dill and lemon together.
Dill and sour
just
cream.
Delicious. Dill and sour cream, dill and courgettes.
Dill and courgettes. The flavour of gravlax, if you've ever had gravlax, that lovely green sprinkled across the top, that's the dill. Slightly aniseed, still slightly sweet, and a really, really good herb, but very fine, but works beautifully in small amounts.
And used a lot in Greek cookery.
Okay, so we've taken up quite a lot of time, and so actually a good idea to go to thyme. Thyme, again, one of those sort of great herbs used in lots and lots of cookery of meat, but fantastic with vegetables.
Yeah, and there's a marriage of these three, aren't there? There's rosemary, thyme, sage and thyme,
Yes.
which are a beautiful,
Song.
yeah.
Isn't that a song that somehow...
Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme.
You're absolutely right. But these sort of lovely herbs, and when you pick up thyme, there's almost this sort of antiseptic smell to it.
I think it's like bacon.
Interesting, but thyme is a very good antiseptic, and if you have thyme oil and you drink thyme oil, apparently it's very good to cleanse your body. So the more that you eat thyme and have this with carrots, for instance, is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, because the sweet carrots and that sort of woody, smoky, sort of bacony, as I call it, flavour.
So where are you off to now? I'm surprised you haven't gone there already. There you are. There it is, the tarragon.
I love tarragon. It's my second favourite herb.
Yes.
Tarragon is, for me, 1980s and my mum. And in the 80s, we did have fresh tarragon, but my mum used dry tarragon.
Yes.
Probably because fresh tarragon was much more difficult to get hold of, or for us, definitely. So we used to use it dry, and it keeps its flavour when it's dry. It's a really good dried herb. But fresh tarragon is sort of a light aniseedy smell, taste.
Perfect with chicken, absolutely perfect
Absolutely.
with chicken, and the flavour that is in béarnaise sauce. Béarnaise sauce is the flavour of tarragon. Tarragon, if you're going to use it, and because you need to strip the leaves off the stem, you need to strip that leaves off the stem just there, so the leaves come away. Take the stems, put them in vinegar, and you've got yourself tarragon vinegar, which is great for making salads.
Yeah, delicious.
Tarragon and apple.
Ooh.
Tarragon and apple together in a salad is a really, really lovely thing. And then, of course, we go to warding off the evil spirits.
By saging our house.
Sage, really strong herb I associate with Christmas. I think about Christmas and Thanksgiving. I think about sage and onion stuffing.
Yeah, sausages.
Sausages, those sort of things. But sage is a really strong flavour. You use it sparingly. It needs to be cooked. And I love it with gnocchi.
I do as well, and I love it when you make it crispy. You can crisp up those sage leaves, just fry them in a little bit of oil, and they are delicious. Then we're going to go to these chives, which are so beautiful and so, I just think, such an underrated little herb. And if you don't want to use onions necessarily, but you want a sort of flavour of an onion, I think it's really good to use a chive. I usually cut them with some scissors, which my husband gets really cross with me for, but it's so easy. Just get your scissors and chop them into your food. Great with eggs.
Yes, and wonderful with cream cheese to make a really quick dip. If you take crispy onions, crispy fried onions, cream cheese, lemon juice and chives and mix them all together, you've got yourself an instant Christmas dip.
Love them.
There's one herb that you've decided to completely ignore, and there's a reason for it, and it's basil, whatever you want to call it. The herb that everybody knows from pesto. Very strong, lovely with tomatoes. It's the green of a pizza.
It's I've got pesto D, PTSD.
Because of having young children and feeding them pesto all the time. Tomatoes and basil together, fresh creamy mozzarella, absolutely. When you prepare basil though, I'm going to ask you not to cut it, not to shred it.
Because it will really bruise.
It does bruise, but you don't get the flavour. Tear the basil leaves, and most herbs, if you tear them like that, what happens is the oils come out naturally.
Oh my gosh, the smell in this kitchen from that one leaf.
Just always, and if you get yourself a little bit of a cold and you're a bit congested, just take a handful of basil.
And shove it up your nostrils.
Well, or just sniff it gently, darling. Either way. There you are. We hope we've been helpful with our herbs. Mint.
Lovely salads with basil.
Mint, parsley, thyme, chives, dill, rosemary, sage, tarragon, basil and coriander.
If you like our little channel, please subscribe, please like, and please comment.
Yeah, make sure you tell us what herb is your favourite. What do you use it for? Listen, we learn every single day. So anything you've got out there that's a little tip or a trick, we'd be really interested to actually hear about.
We also want to know which herbs are an absolute no in your kitchen.
Yeah.